Okay, we stopped for a moment. I wiped off the lens a bunch. Lady's not liking the rain. There's some false turkey tails over there. You good to walk more, or are you going back? She's good as long as we keep moving, so try to do that. I'm going to try to keep the camera kind of pointed down, so hopefully the water doesn't get on the lens. My friend's blowing up my phone. So I was asking him how I should do these videos or whatever. I have one person telling me one thing, one person telling me another. So I think I'm just going to make a bunch of stuff, and hopefully people will like it. And y'all can let me know. You know, and analytics can let me know when you turn stuff off, or you can comment if you want shorter or longer full hikes or what. This is probably not going to be super long if it keeps raining like this, though. Oh, thanks, lady. Just slung mud on me. So I see the trail marker over there, so we're going to go down this way and go into the woods. Is that it, lady? It seems weird. No, that's not it. That's an old one. Let me look back here. Oh, I tried past it, didn't I? I'm totally not sure. Oh, there it is. Yep, I walked past it. They're doing this trail in segments anyway, so I'd have to really splice things together to show people the whole trail, and I'm not doing the whole trail in the week or two that I'm here. I love the mossy covered trees. Little tiny things. And the rocks. And the plants growing out of the rocks, and life that comes from the rain. Looks like I got another raindrop on the lens. I'm gonna wipe you off. I'll have to cut that little wipe off, I think. It is hard to know when rain's covering the lens, so I have no idea what I'm gonna do with this video. So I have to keep touching the screen to keep it on. Slippery wind wet. Big stinky dog when we get back. Wet dog. She needs a bath anyway, though, I guess. skipped over it, but look at all that. So cool. Moss lichens. I'm a big lover of lichens. If you don't know, I have Lichen Life shirts at doubledeckeردream.com. Look at that, my first shameless plug. Looks like we have more water drops obscuring things. I figured once I just turn that upwards. Should have brought a rag with me. Pants aren't gonna do forever, probably. Wearing sweatpants. As you don't know, most accidents occur when you're within a few miles of your home. Car accidents and stuff like that. And one of the things I normally try to do is always be prepared. I have ponchos and things, better rain gear in the van that I could have wore than what I wore out here, but worst case scenario, I turn on a heater and change my clothes. Well, I guess worst case, I injure myself and have to like limp myself back, but I broke my arm in December of 21 riding my electric unicycle, which I plan to post videos of too, but I don't have me wrecking because I wasn't filming, unfortunately. This GoPro though did take some damage because it was in my bag. I was planning to film the ride back, and I fell and broke my arm, and I rode my electric unicycle all the way back to my buddy's house that I was staying at. I mean, I was staying in my van, but I was parked at his house. And I didn't go to the ER for a week because there was really nothing that they were going to do for it, I figured. And I was right. They gave me a sling that I wore like 3 times, and then I stopped wearing it because it made my arm hurt more. And I never took anything for it or did anything else for it, because besides x-rays and talking to other doctors, because they said they can't do anything, basically. But I'm pretty sure there's some connective issue, tissue damage or something like that, because it still gives me problems and it's been over a year. But that's what you get with not very great medical coverage, aka the VA hospitals. What, lady? You doing good? You doing good? Go on. I know you're all wet. She actually smells pretty good from the essential oil tick stuff I spray on her. I'll have to definitely dry her off when we get back though. she's having fun, then I'm having fun now. It looks like we got some drops again in the corner, so. I love how the coconut trees, logs are hollow and stuff. Or palm trees, not coconut. Big piece of lichen just on the floor too. For those of you that don't know, lichen is a symbiotic organism of a couple different fungus and algae living together. That's why I have lichen life shirts. So I try to model or envy nature in my ways of solving problems and thinking about things. I'm getting a little break in the rain. Good girl, lady. You doing so good. Yeah, you're doing so good. Come on, go ahead. Oh, I shouldn't have interrupted you. Come on. More liking on the green. Oh, I got droplets again. Okay. There's a longer wipe off. Trying to get the stuff that ran over from the top. Hopefully I cut those. I don't know. Again, if you want me to talk less, identify more mushrooms or things or whatever, let me know. I want to share as much of what I love about the forest as possible, but also make good content that people want to watch. Because there's a lot of things that I want to do in life, and to be able to do something I love and even make just a little bit of money from ads seems like a pretty great way to do all the rest of the things that I want to do. Because I'm going to be out in nature either way, because this is my happy place. Even when it's raining like this. And I'm cold. Which I am right now, because it is maybe 55. Which I spent way too long in warm places, even though I moved back to the Midwest afterwards. And a lot of other things made it so I can't handle the freezing temps anymore. I get cold whenever it's like 65 or less. This rain that was relentless on the lens. So any critiques, please feel free to voice them. If you're a troll and you're gonna get upset when I troll you back, then you might better keep your mouth shut. If you have some constructive criticism, do it in a polite way, and I will totally take it in. Look at that stuff. Oh, so much lichen. So much lichen. Me liking the lichen. And the seed stumps. So this tree log had some oysters on it last time I was here, growing from right there. Nothing's back at this moment, but maybe in another couple days there'll be something. I was hoping some rain just the other day would make it sprout, but who knows, it's pretty eaten up too. I say it was oyster mushrooms, I think I did, but I don't know. That's what was on it, was oyster mushrooms. What's on that log back there? Good girl, lady, good come. Yeah, just hold on a minute, I just want to check out this log up here. Good girl. That's nothing too. It's just a spot of brokenness. Ooh, thorns in the feet. I'm wearing sandals if I didn't show those already. It's pretty much what I wear all the time. It used to be flip-flops, but flip-flops slide around a lot, especially when you're walking through water, so I switched. Let's go back this way. It's quite a lovely sound out here, though. The raindrops on the palms. Wouldn't mind if I was out here longer making a little palm hut or shade or something. A whole bunch of things in survival areas that I would type of stuff or whatever I'd like to do, but again, let me know what people want. I have 2 channels at the moment that I'm trying to get going, but ultimately Double Decker Dream is the main focus or objective. My website explains that somewhat. Nature is just how I choose to express myself or my thoughts. Oops, it's over there. Let's continue on this one till we hit the other one, lady. Legs across. Big old mud puddles. I'm glad I don't have to go through to get to the spot that I'm at. I only have a 2-wheel drive van, and it's very long. So, I've been stuck twice already in the 3 years that I got it. I had to ask for help once, mostly because I was probably like nervous or whatever, and it was really loose sand that I got myself into. And the second time was also really loose sand, but I just took my time and stayed there until I got out, basically. Devised a plan, because I had everything I needed to stay there, and could have called for help if I really needed it. The time I got help, I just flagged somebody down that happened to be in a side-by-side, and they were nice enough to help me. Although the van that I have, the electronic shift and all that kind of stuff is kind of annoying for, you can't do all the tricks that you could do when I had a Jeep and traveled around. But I really took that one off-road a lot more than I take my van off-road. Take my van on dirt roads, which aren't great sometimes, but try not to go into the worst of the worst sections, although I've taken in some pretty crazy places that I wish I had filmed. But I only got a few of driving around and stuff like that, because it's one of those things I don't think through ahead of time. And I would love to have like cameras all set up to film everything. There's a mushroom I'm not familiar with. Oh my. Should have taken a picture of it. I'm not going to take it back to spore print it, so we'll see if I can identify one just from those. Oops. More false turkey tails. So I could describe more things about mushrooms too. These are very smooth. And the color striations and other things about it don't give me a true turkey tail feel or whatever. The real turkey tails have kind of like a hairy, kind of almost holographic look to them. And they're very vibrant in colors, and the pore surface you can see the polypore structure, where on this one it's just totally smooth. Those down there are probably magnificent polypore, I think is what it's called. It's a common name anyway. I don't really know much about it, but I know it's not useful for me. At least nothing studied. And we are along a river despite all these little pools all over the place. Sometimes you can see the water like will swirl around and go down in one spot and another way in another. It'll come up. So let's see. See that it's a polypore surface. I don't know how well that shows up, but there's little holes and stuff. And this, I'm not sure. It looks like hairy oyster, possibly, but it's pretty far gone. More false turkey tail. I'm going to stop this for a moment so I can go to the bathroom. I took 2 steps, and then I remembered I had to record again. I've been recording things for like 3 years, but I haven't really posted much of anything because I have a lot of different activities and focus. So my Nature Breaks channel is gonna be like, you know, breaks out in nature, taking a break, things with nature, things like this, short videos of water flowing maybe, or longer ones, things with birds. Ooh, speaking of birds, can you see the bird over there? I don't know. Oh, that's wonderful. I just walked all over the place and the camera wasn't on, so I just missed a whole bunch of ranting to myself about what I want to do. I have no idea where, if I just didn't turn it on at all or what. Guess that's what I get for not seeing the little light wasn't on. I am not a professional. Definitely not. Well, I guess that's probably going to be saved for another walk, because I don't like repeating myself, and yeah, I don't know how much of that I really want to say right now. Pretty sure though that one of the things I missed or started to say was that this is going to be my nature breaks channel, which is like, you know, you need a break so you get out in nature and you can kind of reset. At least that's what I use nature for. And so I'll be posting videos like this and other nature things for people to enjoy the sounds of nature instead of maybe my voice. Depends on what people really want to see on that, but it'll be my travels around. There'll be probably a lot of mushroom foraging this summer because I love doing that. That's one of the things that helped me overcome a lot of health issues is fungi, medicinal and choice mushrooms. And my main channel, which has some horrible clips or sets from my first year in stand-up on it, and then me visiting the electric vehicle place when they had a promotion week, because it's a startup, and I'll probably post more of me talking about my dream that I call Double Decker Dream, which is the name of my YouTube and my Instagram and things. But yeah, all of that kind of stuff for me riding my electric unicycle. As I mentioned, I broke my arm on that, but I didn't get that on video, unfortunately. So, yeah, we'll see. I suck at video editing. Barely made any actual clips or anything that required much editing, so probably gonna start off with mostly long format, very low or no editing kind of stuff, and then you know, break out some clips and things from them to hopefully get on other social medias to draw people back to me. But as I said, I think let me you know what you think, what you want to see. This because it's raining and I've been out here for a good while. I don't really know, and also because the clip cut off or I wasn't recording, that yeah, what you want. I don't know what I'm saying. I got a million thoughts through my head because I already said a bunch of stuff that I just tried to say again. I don't like repeating myself, so, you know. I'm gonna wipe off this water too. Not quite do it. I don't even know if I'll use this video because it's gonna be mostly down, angled. Just because I'm trying to keep the water off the lens. Carefully. It's pretty amazing to think that this river comes up and disappears over and over again. I don't know if I was talking about mushrooms before or after the last clip, so if you want to know more about the plants or the animals that I'm seeing and all that kind of stuff, I can try to learn, and if I don't know it on the video, I can try to identify things and subtitle it or do some other way of voiceover as I learn how to video edit. That's just gorgeous. As you can see though, it's raining harder now. Maybe you can't because there's water on the lens again. Should have brought a rag. Definitely should have brought a rag. I already recorded this section of the trail when it wasn't raining, so who really knows what I'll do. Big tree there. I think that's an oak, but I don't know for sure. Good girl lady. She was being so quiet, I thought she was further back and disappeared on me. Go on, lady, go. Good girl. Just kicked the rock on the side of my foot. I love the petals on the ground. I wonder what those mushrooms on my little stick are. Nature is so cool to me. Mushrooms are probably the biggest fascination with nature just because of how they tie everything together and prepare the soils and remediate the problems in the soils and the earth, preparing it for 100 years in the future, basically. And say 100 years, I just mean like they're not worried about themselves. I mean, maybe they are, because the fruiting body that we see isn't really the mushroom's like main mass, but if they're a saprophytic mushroom, meaning they eat wood, decaying matter and stuff like that, then they're not going to last that long, so it has to be about the next generation. But if they're a parasitic mushroom, like the 2 mile big two biggest living organisms in the world or whatever is mushroom Mycelia in the Pacific Northwest, parasitic mushroom that I'm blanking on the name of, but I don't know how long that lives as a whole, and we have no idea what its life is like. Water again. Just amazed without the colors that those are when it's raining. Those are normally just like pale like the other ones. Tripping again. Still got a bit of a foot drag. Come on, me. Go ahead. Good girl. You doing okay? Getting soaking wet? I see some water on the lens again. Oh goodness. Hit that branch and knocked a bunch of water onto myself, but I don't think it's on the lens, fortunately. Look at all those little tiny ferns.
those two. It's way too far out to do anything about, though. Oh, there's two of them. Wonder if somebody's paddled in here then or something. I'm tired today. Should be close. Yep. My home over there. I quite enjoy this spot. Even though it's so close to this trail, I've only seen 6 people total on the trail. Of course, that could just be because I missed them. But people don't really get out into the quote-unquote backcountry. They stay really close to the trailhead for the most part. Which, there's the trailhead not super far from here, but to walk to here I think is a couple miles, so unless you're going to do 4 miles or more round trip, you probably don't want to. And yeah, unless you're a thru hiker or camping, then you're or just coming out for a day, which doesn't allow you time for your brain to like reset and enjoy nature. It's the only thing too that's hard with trying to edit video while out here is that then I'm looking at a bunch of tutorials and distracting myself because I'm trying to work, quote unquote, and I can only walk so far in a day, otherwise I start disrupting my sleep. I'm trying to build that back up, as my sleep hasn't been as good over the last year since I broke my arm. I never kind of regained my sleep balance properly. So, but it is much better than when I was trying to do things in cities, because cities keep me awake in other ways, and then I want to go do things that I can do in cities that I can't do out here, but mostly I'd rather just be out here. The only thing I can say negative about this place is the amount of ticks. Tiny, tiny little ticks too. And Lone Star ticks, which would be devastating to me if I got the alpha gal red meat allergy that they can cause. But you go on a few hours hike and you check yourself over when you get back and strip down, take your clothes off, change your clothes after you've checked yourself or taken a shower and things. Made sure you checked all the areas and all the angles, because especially the tiny ones, they'll hide, but at least they're really easy just to kind of scrape out with your nail, especially if you get them soon. It's more the ones that I get from her sometimes that can end up getting me because I'm not expecting them to be on me, so I don't notice them until they bite me or later. Sometimes I feel them crawling on me, sometimes I don't. But this is a pretty good spot. There's some old toilet paper and things that I don't love, but I'm working on burying some of that. And yeah, I like this tree here. Only that one that concerns me about falling on my van, really. Yeah, all the rest of these trees mostly look pretty good. This one's a little bit shoddy, but yeah. This water used to be, I don't love people's trash either, as I've said before. Fish and line and junk. Take your trash with you. I pick up and haul some stuff out when I leave, depending on where I'm at and how much is around, but I can't collect everybody's trash. I would spend all my time doing it. That's one of the reasons I don't go to beaches too often, because I can't really enjoy beaches that are covered in trash. I spent last winter in like Corpus Christi, North Padre Island area. Went all the way down to Boca Chica and saw the SpaceX rockets and things, and I picked up trash on those beaches when I would spend a few days or a week or whatever in a row. Especially North Padre, I drove out onto that and camped out on the beach more than any of the other ones, because the other ones weren't as hard packed. But yeah, I have a nice, beautiful freaking shell on my Instagram from that last year. That was my reward. Nature rewards you. In some way, nature always gives back. I could probably stand out here for a long time just listening to the sounds. But I think Lady's done. Aren't you? You done? You done? Yeah. That's it for now then.